It's all about Caribbean International Shipping. That's right. Do you need more information on shipping your items to the U.S. Southeast region or to the Caribbean? Have you ever heard of Caribbean International Shipping? You shop, they pack, and ship. They also offer residential pickup services. Support our business, like, share, and call. For your barrel shippings, let us know. The number to call is 470-718-9675 on WhatsApp or 770-323-1111. Caribbean International Shipping, the only way to send your stuff to the islands.
Moto all the way from St. Lucia, and I just want to tell you one thing. It's all about Trini Joe presenting Island Vibes Sundays, a premium, all-inclusive experience, one of the sexiest events. Come true, support the vibe.
Island Vibes Sunday, we did. From the root we rise, I say. We sway from the dust to the throne, make room. Journey to bloom. From a little seed, now we stand tall. Every setback, man, we take that tall. Turn pressure into diamond in the room. Lift your cup, it's your journey to bloom. Bloom, bloom, bloom. Journey to bloom. Bloom, bloom. Journey to bloom. From the ground to the ground, make room. It's your journey to bloom, 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 bloom. Journey to bloom, bloom, bloom. Journey to bloom. Island Vibes Sunday in full tune. It's your journey to bloom. Say growth, say grace, say king. Crowd reply, we run, we win. Say class, say shine, make room. Crowd reply, journey to bloom. I say journey to you, zoom. Journey to bloom, journey to bloom. I say Island Vibes, say zoom. Island Vibes, zoom. Journey to bloom, 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 bloom. Journey to bloom, bloom, bloom. Journey to bloom. Island Vibes Sunday in full tune. This your journey to bloom. This your journey to bloom. This your journey to bloom.
Music. Flip the music. Jockey, na na na, na 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 na, and it goes like, my mind beat for you, my heart beats for you. Every time when I think of you, I don't know. To wait for days. Let me have you in my arms again, please. When they all said I can't have you, I proved them wrong, I can't for you. And they were the ending more too. Oh, you know I still come through. Give me love, yeah. Forever, yeah. I look good for your love. My mind beat for you. My mind there for you. My heart beat for you. My heart beat every time when I think of you. Someone to hold till eternity. We don't own your man and me too. Honeymoon far away from here. I just wish for your love. Hey, my darling, I'm there for you. Pop the question and yes, I do. My melody should strike a clue that I want you and only you. Hey, my darling, I'm there for you. Pop the question and yes, I do. Oh, Lord.
1 2 1 2.
And it goes like my mind beat for you, my heart beats for you. Every time when I think of you, I don't know. I feel loved again. I don't want to wait for days. Let me have you in my arms again, please. When they all said I can't have you, I proved them wrong. I can't for you. And you were the ending more too. You know I still come through.
Slow down, time it. I love you, I see in front of me. Hold on, ride it. I love you, I see in front of me. Slow down, time it. I love you, I see in front of me. Hold on, ride it. I love you, I see in front of me. Slow down, time it. I love you, I see in front of me. Hold on, ride it. I love you, I see in front of me. Slow down, time it. I love you, I see in front of me. Hold on, ride it. I love you, I see in front of me. Slow down, time it. I love you, I see in front of me.
Check, 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 check. Hello, 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 hello.
I love you, I see in front of me. Step out of my dreams to my real life.
Yo, man, we are back, man, for another episode, man, of Unplugged.
I know you feel
With
love.
Rebel Mass and yours truly, man, DJ Silent.
Come closer to me like the stars align.
So people, man, we have a great show for you guys today, man. Hope you guys enjoy it.
She have a
We have
pattern
a special guest coming through.
cooking. She have a government name, but I call she good looking.
She got me singing, Kaya, I tell you.
Know what she doing? It's not the pot or the fire, but the seasoning she put in. She have the body, Kaya.
Yeah, that's right, that's right, that's right.
Kaya. Good Lord, Miss Lady, Kaya, Kaya.
All right, massive happy Saturday as Silent did the wonderful intro. This is Unplugged with Rebel Mass, and we are powered by Caribbean Life Radio and backed by the best, Caribbeanlifetv. And today's show is pretty exciting. We have a very, very special guest coming in for an interview. But Silent, we got to get into these current events really fast. So St. Lucia is on the agenda first. So the U.S. Southern Command, also known as SOUTHCOM, oversees military operations in Latin America and in the Caribbean. And a recent drone strike has been called a lethal kinetic strike that has resulted in 3 men aboard a fishing vessel losing their lives. And the reports are indicating that at least 1 man was from St. Lucia aboard that boat. And the Prime Minister, Philip J. Pierre, is saying that he is taking a disciplined, fact-based approach during the ongoing diplomatic efforts between St. Lucia and the United States. And Caribbean flights have been disrupted, airspace is closed, and we all know that this administration has been using that narco-terrorist trafficking campaign to kind of push this violence in the Caribbean. And it's wild because they have presented 0 evidence supporting these drug trafficking claims. So, yeah, it's crazy. And we saw just what happened in Venezuela. So, I digress.
Like, a lot of people don't get it, man. Especially like, okay, people that's outside of, outside of the Caribbean don't get it. Because, when they see on CNN, they see, a drone strike in the Caribbean, trying to stop drugs and stuff like that. But they don't get like, people, that's how they make their living. Fishing is like big in the Caribbean.
Huge.
So when you see those small boats, I'm not putting my hand in the fire and saying there's no that, extra thing going on. But they did like I won't say a survey, but like the statistics shows like less than point
I guess 1% of drugs coming into the U.S. comes from the Caribbean.
Right.
I'm saying most of the people that they're making a living. That's what we do in the Caribbean. Fishing is big in the Caribbean. Like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people, that's all.
Huge. It's huge.
Yeah, that's how they sustain.
Their livelihood.
Yeah,
exactly.
a livelihood. So to see that, you know what I'm saying, and knowing that I come from an island or a village that's like, you know, that's like, you know, a fishing village and an agriculture village, that really, really, like, you know, struck something in me, man. It really, really hurt me. You know what I'm saying?
Same.
And seeing and St. Lucia is our sister island. So if you hear somebody from St. Lucia and Dominica talking, you probably wouldn't even tell the difference.
The difference,
you know what I'm
right?
saying?
Because of the commonalities. So yeah, like I don't like having to share and discuss these things, but we have to. Like, these things are happening. People were commenting on the post on my TikTok, and they were just shocked, like, damn, again? And it's just like Venezuela was that catalyst to kind of go wild, and this is what we're dealing with.
At first, when I first saw it, I thought it was like a host or like, you know what I mean, like people just, you know, saying, oh, look.
Right.
But then I was like, yo, this is for real. I'm like,
It's
yo, what
serious.
the hell is going on?
Madness,
You know?
is
But I guess,
utter
you know,
madness.
You know, if you can't, you know, really get what you want from, I guess, one side, because remember there was just like, oh, Mexico, the
Right.
and Salvadorian. So I guess now the Caribbean is the new
It's
thing.
the target.
Yeah.
Seems so. But ironically, I wanted to point out something. It just dawned on me in my head while we were talking. On the way here on the highway, you know how they have like the bridge overpasses over the highways?
Yeah.
Literally, I saw at every one of those overpasses signs of protests of ICE, this administration. And it was not us that was out there doing the protesting today. Like, they're on top of these bridges with their signs, posting them bright and high. So, you know, people are, you know, affected by these things that are not happening in the U.S., but, you know, we're facing our own, you know, set of ordeals and challenges. So, yeah, that's that. So, it is about 2:30, and one more topic before we get into the interview.
Okay.
So listen, the Massive are buzzing. Machel has won his 12th title for the Road March for this year Trinidad Carnival 2026. And some feel that Voice deserved the title and not Double M. And he even went as far to make comments about Voices Can't Behave on a podcast, and that further, you know, ignited reactions. And people, for the most part, for the comments that I'm reading, they are just basically like, it's time for somebody else to win. They didn't like the song that, you know, he entered for Road March either. So it's a very interesting topic and dialogue to watch play out right now, because we talked about this weeks ago, remember?
Okay. Question. Voice. Is he from Trinidad?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay.
San Juan Youth.
So I can't say what I need to say. All right. So
Reconsider.
like I told you, and I've been saying that for a lot of people now throughout the week. Well, my pick was, you know, I give it to Voice, and then number 2, you know, was Bungie, and then I Full Blown was 3, stuff like that. But like, if I had to be biased, and play favoritism, I get the Bungie all the way. But because for me, like that, you know, because that's my guy, Bungie.
They tied actually for second place, Bungie and Voice. So
yeah, that's my guy, you know. But you know, just being like unbiased, you know what I'm saying? I give it to Voice, and it's like I saw the clip, and then when you sent it to me, I look at it again, and what he said was like, you know, oh, tell me a verse in his song. It doesn't matter you know, if people don't know the verse of the song,
They still like it.
they still like
love
it. And you know what I'm saying? It's about how many times it was played. It's not about the verse and stuff like
Right.
that. Like somebody, for instance, like during the Super Bowl, people were explaining about, oh, I can't understand Bad Bunny, I can't understand Spanish, but the music was a vibes.
Period.
You know what
So
I'm
it
saying?
doesn't matter.
So it
Like,
doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? So
that part. So yeah, it's very interesting, and I just wanted to point out some things. Lord Kitchener with 11 titles. He is our historical record holder. Super Blue with 10 titles. The Mighty Sparrow with 8, and Bungie the Viking with 3. So you know, maybe 2027 Voice really will have a shot at really taking home the Road March title. But either way, he's the people's champion, so he's won, you know, something a little richer than, you know, this title. So those are my thoughts about that. But we're gonna go ahead and bring on this special guest. Do you want to play some music while we get everybody ready?
Yes. I wanted to.
What you want?
Do I play hip hop? Do I play?
No.
Sorry.
Oh wait, though, for that Red Hot.
Drive me crazy, yeah. So I tell you, hold on, ride it. I love you when I see in front of me. Slow down, time it. I love you when I see in front of me. Hold on, ride it. I love you when I see in front of me. Slow down, time it. I love you when I see in front of me. When she cooking, yeah. She have a government name, but I call she good looking. Oh. And she look innocent, but she know what she doing. Oh. It's not the pot on the fire when it sees, then she put in. She have me falling, hiya, hiya, hiya. Good Lord, Miss Lady, hiya, hiya, hiya. You drive me crazy, hiya, hiya, hiya. Good Lord, Miss Lady. You drive me crazy, yeah. So I tell you, hold on, ride it. I love you when I see in front of me. Slow down, time it. I love you when I see in front of me. Hold
Sometimes you got to slow it down, so you could feel what you're working on. Feel it. To get the right flick, it got to be the right grip, and you got to put it on. If you're tired of the jumping, take a trip, let me go along. Sexy whining, levy, you come together like a slow song. This time it is your time, baby. Let's focus on this wine, baby. This fed will be one of a kind, so prepare your mind and get ready for the jamming. You go have a time of your life. This sweetness feels like paradise. The way you walk on, you like any vibe. Something wrong now with a little vibe. So baby, just relax and give me inch by inch. Roll back on it, inch by inch.
Hey, can you hear me? Yes, it's clear. All right, Massive. So yes, this has been a long time coming. So we are extremely excited to welcome to the studio Melissa Proctor. She is the Chief Marketing Officer and EVP of the Atlanta Hawks and State Farm Arena. So welcome to CLTV.
Yes.
Listen, it is
To be here.
it's an honor, honestly, for you to take the time out of your
stop.
busy schedule.
Stop with that.
All right, but no, seriously though, you got your start at Turner Broadcasting Incorporated. Share with us those experiences. Like, what did you take away from, you know, that being like the start of your career?
Well, actually, I started at high school when I was working for the Miami Heat.
Oh, so you started early.
On the court, yeah. I was a basketball fan, but I was an artist. So drawing and painting was what I did. And every summer, my mom was from Belize, my father's from Jamaica. So every summer I would go to either place.
Nice.
And I was always focused on art and design. But when I was like 15, I wanted to get a job. And I actually wanted to go work at this mall, The Falls. I'm from Miami. It was the Falls. It had a dope movie theater. And I was like, Ma, I just want to go work in the movie theater. And she was like, she was a nurse. She was like, no, Mel, you could get a job in whatever you want to do for the rest of your life. And I was like, So at 15, I was watching Miami Heat games with a cousin of mine who was really into basketball. And she was like, we would watch the games, but there were never women. So there was before there were female referees or, coaches or anything. No WNBA. And so I told my mom I was going to become the first female coach in the NBA. And she said, okay, go get a job in the NBA. I don't think she even knew what NBA meant, like for real.
Right.
And I was like, okay. So that was it. So I had to write letters to the Miami Heat and call and beg. And I drew pictures and sent it to them and harassed them and finally got put on to come in for, I'd never been to a game, never met a player, never played basketball, none of it. And then they invited me for a preseason game and I started mopping up sweat on the court for the Heat.
Wow.
And that's how I started my career.
Oh, wow.
You've been in this
amazing.
for a long time
Amazing.
because the next, segue is, you joined the Atlanta Hawks in 2014.
Yeah.
And you oversee the day-to-day operation, club marketing, creative, Hawk Studio, live experience, production,
whole bunch of things.
brand
Too
merchandising,
many
retail,
things.
talent, influencer relations, community impact. I'm going to name them all because it is incredible. But describe for us, what was the beginning stages when you joined the Atlanta Hawks?
What was crazy is when I went to college in North Carolina, when I moved to Atlanta in 2002, such a different Atlanta back in 2002.
Listen, we talk about it all the time.
Wild different. Like I miss old Atlanta. But when I moved, I was an intern in TNT marketing and I made no money. So I called up my boss from the Heat, said, "Do you know anyone at the Hawks?" So I was a ball girl on the court for the Hawks, mopping up sweat in Atlanta when I moved here. And so fast forward 11 years, I was at Turner. I was like a vice president of marketing and content for this digital health and wellness startup. And I was 8 months pregnant and they shut down the whole business unit and I got laid off. And so I was like, well, I got to have this kid and I'll figure it out. And so I probably had like 3 months of severance. And I was like, well, all right, that's enough maternity leave. So I was just going to do that. And I had no job. And one of my friends was like, hey, they got a draft party at the arena. You want to go check it out? It's free and you ain't got no job. And I was like, all right.
Right.
So I went and I literally ran into an old mentor that used to be at Turner and left to be CEO of the Hawks. And he was designing a new uniform for the team at the time. And he was like, hey, I have some people that are working on it, but, I'd love your perspective. He knew that I was a creative and he knew that I love branding and basketball. He remembered me mopping up sweat on the court for the Hawks. And so he's like, would you mind sitting in on some meetings? And so I did for free, just to give him my perspective. And that turned into one meeting, then to 5. Then he's like, hey, you should consult. I'm taking a lot of your time. He's like, I need help building the brand for the Hawks. So I was like, cool. So I started consulting. And then maybe, say that was June, by September, I came on board as a vice president of brand strategy for the Hawks. And that's how I got my start.
Boss
second time
lady.
around.
Yes.
It's all God, man. It's all God in favor. I'm a woman of faith. And for me to had walk away from being a ball girl, and I was like, I don't want to work in basketball again, because I just saw it through a different lens. Like I didn't see the corporate office side. I saw mopping up sweat and carrying bags and folding uniforms. And so,
how do you say it? Like, look at God.
Yeah.
Man, that's amazing.
It
For
really,
real.
really
And it's
is.
every day, people like, if you would have asked me 10, 15 years ago, would I be CMO of an NBA team? I'd be like, nah, but I would never say never.
Right.
And even now, they're like, what's next? I was like, I don't know. But, never say never.
So do you ever have a moment where you just kind of stop, smell the roses and kind of pinch yourself this is my reality, my life?
Every day,
Okay.
I'm so grateful. I walk in gratitude and just appreciation. Even going into the arena when it's closed and we're there for meetings, and I'm like, I work here. I just did a panel the other day for a group they had at my company, and I was like, I've never woken up one day and been like, I don't want to go to work.
I love that.
Never one day has it been miserable or, oh, shuck, it's Sunday, Monday coming. I'm always joyful because I enjoy what I do. I love the people that I get to work with. We get to create memories. Just last night, we had a Culture Fest night and Mixmaster David was DJ and DJ Cash. It was dope, and they're like, all right, let's do it, for the culture.
I love those events. Love those. I love how, you with this representation, obviously you're in, this arena and you are kind of, probably
I try.
We're doing this.
The business is important, so you can't just it's not for vanity.
Right.
And what I also realize is, because I think the best thing in my career was getting laid off when I was 8 months pregnant, as hard as it was, but corporate America is a false sense of security. People think, you got a job, you good. And I'm like, nobody's good.
Nobody
Until I
is
own a
safe.
team they can come in my office any day and be like, "Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate your effort."
That is true. That is
and,
so true.
And it's not a bad
No
thing.
sacred
It's
cows.
just the realization of that. So because of it, every day I'm like, "Yo, I'm here today.
I love
That's cool.
it.
I may
I
not
love
be here
it.
tomorrow, and that's okay because wherever I am tomorrow, I'm taking all that I've got all these days, and it's going to whatever I go to next." So
Okay, so for the people that's listening, so like, I guess I won't say explain, but like, what is like a day like?
Yes,
From-
Silent. We need
from-
to know.
it's wild.
Yeah, from the time you leave the house and you get to work, like like, what is that like?
Like,
Because I know
first-
you probably meet like a lot of cool people, players. Oh my.
You see her? She's like, yeah.
I mean,
you
on
know.
occasion.
I wanna
but,
know.
Like, no 2 days are the same in my
I hear
world.
that because I want to know.
Well, first of all, I have an 11-year-old daughter, so I carpool and making lunch and all the things because, that's my number one job over everything else that I do. But, I learned once I got promoted to chief marketing officer, like I was good at doing the job. Like whether it was branding or strategy or marketing, like I was good at that. But when you get promoted, it wasn't about doing the work. Now I had to help the people who do the work and lead the team. And so most of my days are Zooms and emails and meetings and trying to understand from my leadership and the ownership of the team what their vision is, and then being able to distill it and build a strategy from my team and to give them all the resource they need and get out the way. People assume like, oh, you built that shit, you designed that jersey. I'm like, no, there are teams of people and that's what they do, but I'm responsible to make sure that they can do their best work. And so if it's pushing them to think, creatively or differently about stuff, but if you look at my schedule every day, it's meeting. And it's okay, and I love it. And then, sometimes they're really long days if we have a game on a weekday. So then we stay through the game, through game night. And my team, it's a live entertainment and production team. They're putting on the game. So that's Big Tigger and Harry the Hawk and the dance team and Shamia and all the lighting and the engineers and the pyrotechnics and all of that. So it's all encompassing, but like I'm there in support of them. So like, what do you do on a game day? It's like, I like to watch the game, but sometimes it's, walking around, shaking hands and kissing babies. Sometimes it's actually looking at new things that we're trying out to give them feedback and say, hey, that worked, that didn't work. We can try this differently next time. So, just trying to support the peeps.
So do you miss that part of it? Where like I would say like
Doing the work.
like the hands-on part, or do you?
Sometimes, but I really appreciate the team that I work with. We've been together a long time, and so like I could look at something and just give them feedback and be like, hey, you know what, we may want to think of this differently. And what I appreciate is because I live in Atlanta, like I like to go outside, like. I'm outside. There are a lot of people who want to be in leadership and they don't want to live in the city. But like, you can't understand your audience if you're not where your audience are, or understand the things that are relevant to them. So if it's being up on social media and pop culture and whichever.
Nice.
And so
that's great leadership too, though.
Absolutely.
That's important.
Yeah, that's great leadership too, though. Like, because I was in the army and I had soldiers under me, so it was like whenever we were doing stuff where we had a mission, it's like. I would, if they're doing it, I'm doing it too, to let them see, like, okay, even if, I'm a sergeant or whatever, saying that, I'm still, still a person. Yeah, we're all in together. Saying I'm not just going to come and be like, yo, do A, B, and C, and I'll see you guys later and go and come back. I like to be there with them too, saying even if, I do have that leadership spot, but it's always good to be out there, saying, because you learn a lot by being out there.
Absolutely.
For sure. And I couldn't do the jobs that everybody on the team does, and because I think about it, I'm like, man, but I'm responsible to make sure that their leaders have what they need and the people under them have what they need. And, sometimes we can, and it's switching strategy. Like, that sounded like a good idea. Or in admitting when I'm wrong. Like, hey, we tried this. This was terrible. Let's never do this again. It's all right. And accept responsibility for things.
Right.
A lot of leaders don't want to say they don't know or don't want to admit that something doesn't work. But to me, like, it's transparency and authenticity.
And that's why you get your team to trust you and go through the fire with you.
Your humanness.
Absolutely.
Accountability is a big thing. And if you can say like, okay, yeah, my bad, I messed up. You build that trust. So if you be like, yo, tomorrow we gonna go move this parking lot and put it over there. They don't know how you're gonna do it, but they trust you, and it's like, yeah, that's what you build.
Let's go.
Absolutely. So we're gonna go back just a little bit because I'm very curious about your year in 2020. Silent. In 2020, our girl released her first book called From Ball Girl to CMO. And I'm just very curious about the journey, the experience. What was writing your first book like?
Yo, it's hilarious because I don't read.
Oh my gosh.
Like people, you want to be an author? I was like, nah, not at all. But when I was at Turner, people would always ask my story, like being from a ball girl, and I would, talk to interns and whichever, and they're like, "Oh man, you should write a book. Your story's so interesting." And I was like, "Yeah, whatever, not interested." And then I had my daughter in 2014, and my mother passed away 2 years before my daughter was born, and there were so many different types of questions I had for my mother after I became a mother, and just even understanding like what her path and journey was like. I mean, and I knew some things, but not as in depth. And so I thought about it after I had my daughter. I said, all these people that said, oh, your story is great, you should write a book. I'm like, and God forbid something happens to me while she's young, she'll never know my story from me. Because I was asking aunts and uncles and friends, like, yo, who was this? I had a picture from my mom, and it was like some dude named Rupert. It said Laura. I'm like, who the hell was Rupert? That was not my father.
In your mom's business?
You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, I just all these questions. And so I decided I was going to put my story down for her while she was like, 1-2 years old. So I started with the blog on Medium, and I'm like, not a writer. So I committed I was going to write a chapter every month, and by the end of the year, I had 2 chapters.
Wow.
And then I got connected to a woman here in Atlanta who had her own publishing company called Mind Matters Publishing, a black woman. And we ended up having a chance meeting. Someone introduced us at a lunch, and she was like, my company can help you. I was like, I've been trying and it ain't happening. So I committed to doing it with her, and she's like, okay, over the year, what is your commitment? And I was like, all right, next 6 months, I'm gonna do 2 chapters. Nothing. I mean, it's just busy, in life, and you get caught. So the world stopped in 2020.
Yes.
And I actually had time. And so like she and her people helped me. Like we sat down, they interviewed me and just kind of pulled a lot out and put it down, and I got to edit it and shuffle it around, and ultimately that is what the book became.
I love it.
So people ask like, oh, I didn't create it for anything other than writing it for my daughter. So even when I finished it, they're like, well, we don't want to be funny, but have you thought about how you're going to market it? I was like, no, that wasn't my plan. Right. So literally I put it out. I think I did a couple of IG lives, and people had reached out to me to do something. Didn't have a book launch party, nothing. Oh. And it's been out, and it's been such a blessing because my daughter just read it. I mean, she's 11 now. She probably just read it last year.
Wow.
Begrudgingly. And I was like, have you read my book yet? She's like, no. I am not cool. She wants no part of anything I do. No part. But because of it, it's opened up so many doors and people that want me to speak or want me to talk to kids. And I'm like, yo, that's awesome.
Yes,
that's awesome.
I love it, and I need to go ahead and get the book because I like to read.
Well,
so I'm gonna go get the book.
I will send you a copy. I actually thought I brought one with me, but I didn't have it. But I will send one for you.
All right, so Silent, I've got something that you may not know about Melissa. So
tell me.
In 2025, you became the co-founder and investor of Previta Health, a premier wellness facility in Atlanta that is dedicated to longevity and performance through regenerative, I knew I was going to mess up this word. Anyway, orthopedics, executive health, and innovative AI-focused wellness treatments and personalized care. So listen, what led to starting the wellness facility? I have so many questions.
Well, it's interesting because my mother was an orthopedic nurse my entire life, and I was a candy strapper. I was at the hospital with her, and I had a friend that was interested in starting up a wellness concept, and they were looking for investors, and I was like, nah, I'm not an entrepreneur. I'm corporate. It's just, what I do. Turned it down a bunch of times, and I had an executive coach at the same time, and she's like, Melissa, after you leave the house, what you gonna do? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, I'll figure it out.
Not you.
And she's like, have you ever thought about entrepreneurship? And I'm like, no. Because my father was very much like, you save your money, you work, you retire, that's it, you're done. But the idea of building generational wealth doesn't happen that way. And I could work for the Hawks forever, but, ultimately, if I really want to leave something behind for my daughter, like, you got to own, you got to build.
Yes, you do.
And so when we really talked about it, I was like, I never really thought of it through that lens. And so I said, you know what, all right, I'll do it. I'll try. I'll dip my toe in. And the thing about entrepreneurship is when you start, the world can shift under your feet quickly, and that's what happened. And so I went into it thinking one thing, it became something else. And so myself and my business partner, who's the doctor of the clinic, Dr. Trevor Turner, who's an amazing doctor, we decided, we're like, hey, let's do this. And so it's on Buckhead, right across from R. Thomas. Irvine Cafe. Like, we are literally like right on Peachtree. And
Location.
it has been such an amazing journey. It's hard, one of the hardest things I've ever done. You know, and I've learned a lot through it. I probably learned more in the last year and a half, 2 years of working on this project than the last 11 years at the Hawks in different ways. But, you know, the fact that we've been open since July of last year and we're still open
That's awesome.
says a lot today,
Yes.
especially in this economy and this world. But we're
yes.
able to help so many people. And so even for me, people have knee arthritis pains or people who are runners. Like, it's all how you know, get help quickly. We don't accept insurance, and just understanding what the world looks like. It's affordable. We have ways that people can do payment plans, but it's truly, oh, my knee is hurting. You know, there are lasers or things that you can do that don't require surgery, but a lot of people aren't aware. And then from a longevity perspective, you don't know what vitamins you're deficient in. So we have a micronutrient assessment where you can draw blood.
I love it. And then immediately tell you what you need.
And then we also have a partnership with Vitamin Labs where we'll then be able to deliver vitamins that are personalized to you. Everybody's taking a multivitamin. They might not need half the stuff that's in there. And so just like there's so many different layers, and especially as African American Black folk, like just unaware. I didn't know a quarter of the things existed that we offer.
Wow.
There's therapeutic plasma exchange, which I had never heard of, and that's where they're taking blood out of you and plasma and clearing it out. So all of the microplastics and the mold and all the things that are in your body, you can actually release it through this service. And like billionaires have been doing it for years, and we just aren't aware. So we do all of that.
I learned that before. I learned, like, you know, stuff, like a lot of like the people with money, you know, they do certain things, like, you know, and then when they get to us, they be like, oh, you're late. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Hyperbaric chamber, like Michael Jackson we got one there. People are like, oh, you can use it for recovery, but there's so many other benefits.
I love it.
To these things. And so, you know, my personal goal is like as much as we can share and educate, and like people just come and check it out, you know, do a tour, because there are things that can definitely help enhance your life, but it's really preventative health. And what my goal in even going in there was like, if we can help save people's lives, that's the benefit. And sometimes people are waiting for something to happen and then try to figure out how to fix it, as opposed to getting ahead of it up front.
What don't you do?
Girl, a whole lot. Sleep right now.
She says sleep.
So how do you even achieve work-life balance with everything that you have going on?
Yo, there's no such. There's no.
It doesn't
such thing as
exist?
balance. No, I call it harmony. Because
Okay.
sometimes you gotta live hard. Sometimes you gotta work hard. Like,
Okay.
you know how bad I wanted to be in Trinidad. Like, I wanted to be in Trinidad so bad for Carnival this year.
Girl.
I went 2 years ago, and I was like, I'm going next year. Everyone's on the cruise. They're like, oh, you should come on the cruise. I had work, and I said, you know what? This is not my year. It's cool. I'm going hopefully to Grenada later on in August. I was there last year, which was my first time. And Spice Mass, I had a ball. So for me, that's how I pour into myself.
I love it.
Through a FET. So that's joy. But I get up at 5 a.m. 4 a.m. every morning. I'm in the gym at 5 working out. And that's like on my calendar, it says time for me. And so that is my like dedicated, I'm going to take care of me time. And other than that, you know, I go to bed early. I'm lame.
You are not lame, but I'm
Days
with
I'm
you
not
on going
working,
to bed
I was like,
early.
lame?
Listen.
I love
That's
it.
not lame.
It brings me joy.
That's
Yes.
not lame, man. Yo.
From Bert, so you go to bed with the sun, you wake up with the sun.
Yep.
So
Man.
Going to bed is wonderful. I don't care what anybody says.
the older you get, the better it is.
Listen, every day, Reds, Shawnee, what are you doing when you leave? I'm going to take a nap.
Like,
Okay?
people don't know the.
I am.
People
I
don't know.
must.
I don't see how people don't get like the comfort of your bed, like when you just lie down and you just, oh my goodness.
There's no
It's
peace
wonderful.
like it. You get out the shower,
That's
you
it.
got your favorite lotion.
That's it.
It's amazing.
I know people be getting tired of me though,
Amazing.
because it's like, yo, you coming out? Like, yeah, I'll come out.
I'm gonna get there.
And then we're like, they're like, what happened? Like, man, I tried to watch a movie and TV was watching me.
Yeah.
That part.
Yeah.
That part.
I'm grateful. That and spending time with my friends and my family, like that's joy.
Absolutely. Listen, I hope to bounce up with you in Grenada because that is the plan
All right.
for me as well.
Okay,
So,
all
you know,
right.
the carnival stars need to align and whatnot. But listen, what advice would you give to anyone that's kind of wanting to follow in your footsteps or just, you know, achieving their goals? What are some things that you would like to impart on those people?
Well, it's a
If
good
you
question.
could.
Because it really just depends on what they want to do. Because I'm big on, you know, everybody's path is their path. If I set out to become chief marketing officer of the Atlanta Hawks, I probably would have made a lot of different decisions. So I tell people to this moment, like, I don't know what I want to be when I grow up. like right now as I sit here, because I didn't envision this for me, and I'm here now, and that's great. I'm not going to be here forever, so what's next? I don't know, and that's okay too. So I go kind of wherever God has for me. That's where I'm going to be. But I really believe that like it's hard work, and generations are so different these days. I was raising my hand to take on all the jobs that no one wanted to do. Now people come in day one and want to become president with no work. It's wild. So I mean, I think it's just a difference in mentality, because you know there's a lot of things that you can do with AI and not having a degree. Like the world has shifted so much, and I think it's so much more opportunity, which is a great thing. But it's really like putting forth the effort.
Do you think that's like? I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but do you think it's like a bad thing or a good thing?
It's a thing. I don't know if it's good or bad, but I'm sure the generation before us saw us and be like, "Oh, y'all are too whatever." Like I'm sure it always changes. People,
I see it as well, the yin and yang, the good and bad, because like the good thing is it's helping a lot of people, but then the steps to get there, they don't know that. So when stuff happens, they just shut down because you didn't take that step where you learn, okay, this happened, this is how I fix it. Okay, that happened, this is how I fix it. Okay, this you didn't do that. You just went from here and you just
kept going.
Boom, yeah.
I think about it with my daughter, even like resilience, like knowing how to stick through stuff and work through things, because they're like, oh, you didn't give me what I want, I'm going somewhere else. I did just hop in, jumping left and right. I think that's it's just a different type of skill set, different world. Like I look at my daughter, even interpersonal communications, being able to talk to people and look them in the eye. And
I love it.
When you're a digital native and you start out only on social or YouTube, like it's so much harder. And so I really think about that for the next generation. I have a lot of people that tell me they want to work in marketing, but they don't know how to market themselves, which is such an interesting dynamic to me. Because you gotta a formulaic, resume or whatever from Microsoft Word or ChatGPT, and you're like, hey, I can be the best marketer and sell the Atlanta Hawks. But I'm like, if you can't sell you to me, how do I think you can sell anything to somebody else? And so I often tell people, if you want an opportunity in marketing, think of how you are marketing and positioning yourself as a person, as a brand, as a whatever, as an employee. That's important. And I think if you have the opportunity to get time with someone who can be a champion or an advocate or a sponsor for you to get an opportunity. Like, you have to do your research.
Agreed.
So often people ask for 30 minutes with me and they'll, want to come in and talk, and they're like, so how did you get started? I'm like, Google works, LinkedIn works. You can go on my Instagram. I got podcasts. There's enough things. I got a whole book out there. So if you wanted to know, at least, but it happens so often, and so now I don't answer the question.
Okay, I was just
I
about to
come
ask
look
you,
like
how
an
do you
idiot,
react
and I'm
when
very.
that happens?
It just happened last week, and this kid was so sweet, little sophomore in college, and I'm talking to him, and he's like, "So can you tell me a little bit about how you got to where you are?" And I said, "No, I can't."
You were supposed to do that before you got here.
No, I can't. And what I told him, I said, I want more people like you in positions like mine. And no one else is going to tell you this. And so I want any room that you go in, you are prepared, because we have to be more prepared than anybody else. Yes. And by the end, he was like, I really appreciate the tough love you gave me at the beginning of this meeting. He's like, I kind of felt bad, but I realized why you said it. And I was like, and I didn't mean to be rude. And I'm very transparent about it, but I'm like, now it happens so frequently that I'm like, I got to do my part.
Agreed.
Because most people just answer the question and keep it moving. And I'm like, nah, I'm not going to do it.
I like how you handled that. I really do. Because when you show up for an interview or anything of that nature, it is your job and your due diligence to know the information. Like, come on.
At least try.
Please.
I was telling that to a lady last week, because we were going back and forth on this whole soca and bouillon thing. And I was telling her, like, people don't do their research. Everybody's just going by what that person said, or a little clip this saying, they just saw on.
Told us people don't like to read.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They don't. Yeah, it's like they don't do their research. You know what I'm saying? And then and when they speak, he's like, he's like, yo, you sound ignorant. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what you're talking about. You're just going by what the masses are saying. So I think my thing is like, research for me is big.
Agreed.
You know what I'm saying? Like, do your research, you know what I'm saying? And then, so when you talk, you talk with confidence,
And you're informed.
100%.
I agree.
And the last thing I'll say to anybody is, like, if you do have the chance to get time with somebody, like, find a way to be an asset to somebody, not a liability on their time. And I say it all the time, but it's just like, You know, if you get 30 minutes, someone's like, so what did you do? How did you get there? Tell me, give me a job. But nowhere in it, it was like, you know, what's keeping you up at night, Melissa? Like, what are you working on right now? What do you need help with?
Right.
And then actually taking a step to help me. Because if I'm telling you like, oh, I'm looking for some podcasts, you know, to do some promotions with, you could go home and not even listen to a podcast, but send me 15 or 20 different podcasts for me to check out. I would be so appreciative. I'm like, oh, they heard me. And they opened their hand and gave me something. When so often it's always like, what's in it for me?
Right.
And so that's the biggest thing I believe, like find a way to be an asset to whoever in any capacity.
All right, so listen, before you do leave, we have been discussing this road march conversation because a few weeks ago, I let the cat out the bag that I am just not feeling Masho's new music right now. Like it's not
Encore
connecting with me. Any of it this season, I don't want to hear it. No. So, fast forward, Trinidad Carnival, Road March. We have Voicey, and then we have Double M, the King, the one and only. Who are you going with?
I can't behave myself. You know, for all the things in the world, and it's so funny because like all the social media stuff of like Encore and the cycle, the Marshall cycle. It's like you're gonna play it to death, and then you're gonna be like, all right, I like it because I've heard it so much. I believe if I was on the road, I can understand how Encore could hit.
Right.
Like in my mind, because I mean, there've been carnivals where I'm like, I can't stand that song, but when like I'm in it, I'm like, oh yes, okay.
Right.
Like lyrics, like I feel road mix that can do it up to make it extra hype. But yeah, nah, I wasn't feeling Encore either.
Okay, so
I wasn't. But like, you know, I had friends who went and they were like, nah, man, like I get it, and I'm a Marshall fan. Like I love his music, and you know him getting to 12, like that's a big deal, huge deal.
No,
and so like.
no,
I mean, he was gonna get there sometime. If it wasn't now, it was gonna be
next year.
It was gonna be correct. I mean, I was looking at the little tracker, and I was like, Super Blue could do it too, but he would have to have a couple more hits.
Right.
In order to get there.
Because he's up there and Bungie is trailing.
Bungie is trailing far. Bungie is not. I am a Bungie fan overall.
Me too. And like I was telling her earlier, I was like, to be being biased, I'll give it to Bungie. Like
with Roadman.
Roadman, yeah. For me, Roadman is the thing. But just being unbiased, like I told her, I had Voice, and then I had Bungie for third, and then I had for second, and then for third I had Full Blown.
Oh, they would never allow that to ride.
Oh no, respectfully yours.
That's too groovy.
No, it's way too groovy for road.
No, they ain't.
I mean, you could maybe do a road mix.
No, I'm saying, but
that part.
But
I
I'm
love
saying,
the song.
But how you call that? But that's a song you use
people
when you're
Voices
chipping though.
Is groovy. I don't get groovy from that.
That's a song.
His singing is groovy-ish.
Oh well, too bad. Listen,
Yo, what the song with Ira and Cuss that they?
I remember, but I can't remember the name. I know exactly what you're talking about.
So I was at Trinidad that carnival, and oh my gosh, they're shaking down the fire brigade.
I remember.
I remember when that song hit, and I was like, yo, that's it. But I see Kes is groovy. Like, Kes can have power hits all day, but I'm like, Kes is groovy. So I feel like Voice is the same. Like, oh.
But can't behave.
No, but that tune was like.
It's it. Like, it just,
Don't
everybody
matter.
is using it in promo, reels. It's
Well, did you see
everywhere.
Marshall's interview? His
Yeah,
press
I thought that was.
conference?
I did. I thought it was shade.
A little bit. He was like, well, it's not about, the number of times you played on the road. That's a different number on the stage. And I was like, it's a fact.
And then he went even further. Can you name a lyric in the song? Come on. Why was that even necessary? Like, he's shady for that.
Again, like I
Lady
said,
Lava too.
the soca, like I said, the soca
No
mafias,
plays. No plays.
the soca mafias. Again,
That's a whole nother
It's a
show.
thing.
I can't.
It's a thing.
It's a whole nother show.
But I
though.
love it. I love it.
Agreed.
I love it all. I
Agreed.
love it
I'm
all.
looking forward to the rest of this carnival season, but I do believe Voice was robbed. So there is
I think
that.
I think he knew too. I think he knew because I saw an interview with him, and he was talking about this drink he had, and he told, and we know him on it, and he was telling them to zoom in on his neck, on the drink, and it says 12. So he said, so he already knew, like he said, he already knew he was gonna win. So it had me thinking. I'm like, yo, did they give it to him so they can say, he surpassed,
Kitchener.
yeah.
I mean,
But hey, we'll never know.
he was gonna get it at some point. That's all.
Well, not this year, man. I mean,
At
not
least
this year.
make some music that.
Did you like
that
Party?
we like. No.
You didn't like Party either?
I like Party.
He was like, yeah,
I like
yeah,
Party. I like Party.
I like Party.
I like Party. But then,
I'm deaf.
what's that? Carried. I thought Carried was better than Party by Bungie.
And it
That's just
was.
me. Yeah.
And it was.
Period was better.
Yeah, because
I can see
Carried, it takes you back. Like we on the road, so
Yes.
we carrying and stuff like that. Party was nice, but for me, Carried was better.
See, and it's funny that you say like you go on the road and it hits you differently. That is how I felt about Soca Kingdom. I forget what year I was in St. Martin for Carnival, but I ended up meeting the writer and the producer of that song. And he played the original version of Soca Kingdom. It was him, and his team in the studio making it, and I was just like, I love this song. And then when you go on the road, it's like,
But like,
sometimes it's like night and day.
What was it? Nyla Blackman and Skinny coming home. I
Yes.
hated that song that year. I was in Trinidad that year. When I tell you, I hated
Oh my
that
God.
song, and I love Bungie. So I was like, yo, Bungie have to win. Like, that's it.
Again,
When I tell you,
it was a good
everybody
song.
like,
It was a
Yo.
good song, but for me, Heartfelt was the best song.
Yes. It was to me too.
Yes.
But when I tell you, like, everybody I was with was like, Mel, how could you say this? Like, I'm coming home. I was like, I don't like Nyla's
Nah,
voice. My nerves.
Coming home was a hit. Like if it had come out like a different year, then I
Oh
would have.
God.
No, I'm like real talk. Real talk. No, for real, like real talk. If Come Home had come out like a different year, or maybe the year before, then I wouldn't have a problem with it. But for me, like Heartfelt was like the hardest song of the year. No matter where you go,
No,
you play
it was.
Heartfelt.
Apologies.
People are like flying off the stage.
Yes,
People are climbing
correct.
trees,
Correct.
breaking branches.
Correct.
Yeah.
To this day, the song
that is
still
my
hits like
jam.
that. So agreed.
But coming
Agreed.
home every time, but I heard it so much. Like I knew it word for word. I was
Yes,
like
it
don't wanna
forces you to
know it.
learn the
I don't wanna
tunes,
know
even
it.
if you don't. Listen, I'm glad to know that there are others out here that are thinking along these lines. Because sometimes I'm just like, no, we could do.
If
well
I have it on the
without.
mix, we gonna fast forward.
Okay. Yes. Instantly. Hilarious. I love it. So, will we see you for Atlanta Carnival ever again in life?
Yes. You know,
you should join.
you know what? All right.
Shameless.
I see the plug.
Yes, you should. Yes.
So one of my coworkers was asking me if I was gonna do a con, and I said, have I ever worn a costume for Atlanta Carnival? I'm a hardcore Atlanta T-shirt. If I do a T-shirt band, I'm a
Vibes
T-shirt
and Reading
band.
Juve band with T-shirts. I'm telling you.
If I do Atlanta, it's a T-shirt.
Do the Juve.
What are they doing Carnival this year? Because I live by Westside Park, and I know it was
Downtown.
there. Are they doing it?
I think it's like
moving it?
Rodney something park, kind of like near Vine City. It's like
that
area.
Got it.
Get a
I miss when it was on Peachtree, man.
Me too.
When it ended by the underground, that was when I first came. Like I was 02. Like it was such a good
epic
Yes.
memories. Oh man,
West Peachtree, this in the city.
Yeah.
yes, people from the hotel windows
Yes.
watching. It was
We
amazing.
need to bring that back.
I'm gonna interrupt again. So
He wants you to be on the road with vibes.
no.
and rhythm.
Yes, of course. And you're looking for something to do like island-wide, like Dominica have like the World Creole Music Festival every year. I'm from Dominica, so I gotta promote. So
Alright.
so I'm just saying, like
Yo, I'm with it.
if you're looking for something to do, check out the World Creole Music Festival.
Absolutely.
It's like
When is it?
It's in November. I'm sorry. Independence is in November. It's in October. So it's like the week before our independence. So it's in October, and we bring in artists from around the world, from Africa to like the United States. We bring in artists from all around the world, and during that time it's part of our independence. So you get to learn about Dominica history, our folk, our music, our culture and stuff like that.
Awesome.
So I always try to tell people like looking for something to do, World Creole Music Festival.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Vibes headlined it
check that
recently
out.
this year, right?
And our carnival too, but our carnival
That's
is like
another show,
our carnival is like the same day as Trinidad Carnival.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a whole
So,
bunch of them same day.
Decisions.
but yeah, definitely a World Creole Music Festival.
Facts.
For sure. But listen,
You're gonna check it.
I'd love to see you on the road in Atlanta, girl.
Yes.
Make your own T-shirt, but come outside.
Yeah, no. I'm,
to see
I'm
you
outside.
again.
If I'm in town, because my birthday is always near. So my birthday is May 21st. My daughter is May 31st.
You're a Gemini.
Gemini Taurus on a cusp.
Okay.
All of both. So
Okay.
if I'm not traveling, last year I went to Ghana because I want to go to Africa. It was
y'all
my
did that
first
too?
time.
Y'all just did that?
Clocked in.
Yes, clock ahead.
Y'all doing that too?
A little bit.
He's like, no.
I love it. I'm sorry. I am. I like
When I was
it.
working for Clinton County, when I was working for Clinton County last year, and those kids would come up to me and then they would say something and they'd be like, "Yeah, cock that." I'm like, "What is this?"
My homegirl's like, is that sign language? Like, what are you
I'm
doing?
Like, I'm like, "What is this?"
You know, we got to give thanks for our LGBTQ plus community. I love them. But listen, thank you for taking the
you
time
for
to come to the
having me.
studio.
I'm
I'm
so
so grateful that we finally got the chance to do this. We've been
Yes.
talking about this for years.
Forever. Every time I see you, always outside.
Listen, we
Always
are
positive, always good
always,
vibes.
always. So, DJ Silent and I, CLTV, thank you so much. And
Yes,
listen,
thank you.
Massive, we are back here next Saturday, Unplugged with Rebel Mass, your favorite carnival journalist, and my favorite DJ, DJ
Of course.
Silent. You can
Yes,
catch
yes.
me on every social media platform, Rebel Mass. And where can we find you, Silent?
So I'm on Instagram, Facebook, SoundCloud, YouTube, DJ Silent _767, and also every Tuesday right here at CLTV Studio, man. I have my show, the Rhythm and Hit Show. So I bring in new music, every Tuesday.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So if you want to vibe, man, and say it's kind of like a island blend. So if you want to vibe, man, saying just tune in every Tuesday for the Rhythm and Hit Show. Okay.
Yes. Take us out, Red.
Oh yeah, seeing that we hold on, I have to play this song before
Yes,
we go.
please.
Yeah, it is groovy.
I can't behave myself.